Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Ghost Activity here. Wanted to make a video today going over how to make a Lich's Circlet for the Int Stacker. I've been playing Kinetic Blast on the Trickster for, I don't know, about a week or so now. We hit level 100 yesterday, and I could use a better helmet myself. This is what I'm working with for now. It's tier 2 ES, flat and hybrid and percent. And could make a little bit. I'm trying to make an upgrade here, right? And so I wanted to go over how to craft one. And there's two ways to go about this. You can do one with the fractured hybrid here, which would be the easier route. Alternatively, you can go with fractured mana reservation if you want to do that. Um, but I've chosen to go ahead and do the hybrid here just to make things a little easier. And so yeah, the two your two options here are to either just essence spam, spite essence. They are a tad expensive, but the idea here is you just essence spam until you hit either tier one. If you want to settle for tier two, then by all means. But the idea is you just essence spam until you hit a reasonable tier on either the flat or the percent, to hit either one of them with the int, of course, and then ideally you just want to exalt the other one on. And yeah, so that's your first option. The other option is just going to be dense fossils. Obviously, you won't be using essences, but so how you get the int with the dense fossils is you're just going to be using Eldritch currency. But we're going to continue here with the essences just so I can simulate it a little bit here for you. So yeah, so for example here we've got three suffixes and two open prefix. So here you would just try to exalt, and this is hybrid. We don't want hybrid, and yeah, you're just it's gonna take some time. Who knows how long, but this is how you're gonna go ahead and do it. And again, full suffixes, fire resist, of course. Yeah, if you're purity of fire set up, then that'll be ideal, and just that's tier 7. And then again, but that's the idea, and ideally you hit tier 1, and then you'd be done from there. And then if there's an open suffix, then you can craft like attributes or suppress, and that's it's that simple. It might take some time and effort, but that's how you do it. And then yeah, going over to the fossils, same thing, just with the fractured base here. And you just spam dense fossils until you hit a high pair, a high roll. So this is solid tier 1%, but we hit hybrid ES with mana. We don't want mana, and just keep spamming, and again till you get this combination here. Um, and then once the prefixes are taken care of, then we're just going to use Eldritch currency over here. And what you would just do is you'd make Eater of Worlds dominant. So just use a lesser. Wait, what? Lesser Icker. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't change the icons. They remain the same. Okay, whatever. So yeah, you just want to make sure your Eater of Worlds is what's dominant, because then we're going to go over here and use the Eldritch Chaos, which says if Eater of Worlds is dominant, it rerolls the suffixes. If you haven't used Eldritch currency, if you're not familiar with that, if you're a new player, I always try to make my guides and the way I explain things is with new players in mind. I understand that there might be some experienced players watching this and that have quite a few hours played that are still looking to learn how to craft the item, but there also might be new players that aren't familiar with the Eldritch currency and how that works. So I want to make sure I explain that with that in mind. So bear with me there. And then so yeah, we don't want tier 6 int. We want a ideally tier 1 int, so you just spam here and then. So we've got an open prefix, or sorry, an open suffix. So, and then again, this would be with the idea in mind that your ES are both tier 1 or ideal. 479 is you can settle with that, but personally myself, I'm looking for something over 500. So yeah, we don't have int, so you would just exalt with the Eldritch Exalt, which again says if Eater Worlds is dominant, add a suffix. So that's all it's doing. It's adding a suffix, and hopefully we hit int, and we hit T8 int. So here you can annul, and it'll only remove a suffix. So or alternatively, you can just Eldritch Chaos again, but we have a decent lightning resist roll that if you're Sublime Vision, which I am not, you can just roll this to fire resist on the harvest bench. So just exalt again. There's tier 5 int, null, exalt, and so you get the idea. There's tier 1 int. If you're feel free to settle on there, and that could be your helmet. And then from there on out, you just finish off with the I guess a crafted suffix. You could do what's it called? Suffixes. Suppress or attributes. And then yeah, you just finish off your implicits with the Eldritch Currency, and that's that. But yeah, that's going to be the easier way. I didn't go over how to craft the helmet if you have fractured mana reservation. But it's ideally it's very similar. It's either dense fossils and then finish off with Eldritch Currency on the suffixes, or essence spam till you hit a decent T1 ES. Exalt Slam. Hope to hit the Exalt Slam on the second ES mod, and there you go. You just fill whatever's left on the suffixes, and you're done. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, leave it a like and consider subscribing for more Path of Exile content.